Hey everybody, welcome to another episode, Process Server and Messenger. Before we get started, just always like to remind everybody to like, rate, review, subscribe my content on YouTube. I got an X account, I got an Instagram, but I got a Patreon. And that's where I want you all to go. Patreon.com/Process Server and Messenger, all spelt out. And I got some great content on there. You can join and be a member. Everything helps. It all goes a long way. So go ahead and check out everything and make sure you just interact with all my stuff. I'm coming up with great ideas. I got great content and I'm putting it all out there all the time. I'm not on TikTok yet. It's going to take me a while to figure that one out. I haven't figured out TikTok, but I got a TikTok. Anyways, we're going to get this show started after this intro, and thanks for watching. And we're back. All right, everybody. Another episode, Process Server and Messenger. I am your host, Nick. I am a California process server, small business owner, sometimes court messenger, sometimes courier, sometimes, jack of all trades. But I'm also the host of the show, and we like to talk about life and business and how everything's going. Today, I got a couple things lined up today. I was looking through the Superior Court Newsroom website, and they have a nice little year in review from the Supreme Court of California. I'm wearing my UCLA hat right now because the UCLA Bruins just beat Penn State this weekend on Saturday, and it was like a really cool game, and they won, and they did really good. So I'm wearing my hat because the football team won and did well. In an otherwise really terrible year, something fun happened, finally. Let's see, any other updates from me personally? Just serving a lot of people. I was out early again this morning. Got about 3 or 4 personal serves in a row, which never happens, but it was good. Served a couple people, get the day started nice. Don't have to worry about those anymore. Put me in a pretty good mood. Usually I'm not expecting to get so many personal serves in a row, especially the types of jobs that I'm getting. These ones look like more like I owe money to a credit card, or I owe money to a car company or something like that. So a lot of people getting served personally at home. That usually takes a couple attempts, but I knocked out about 4 or 5 of them this morning. And man, that's a great way to start your day if you're a process server. I had a weird, this morning I was in Playa Vista, and it was like straight out of a sitcom. Some lady it was a apartment complex, big one. So it's new and fancy in that area, Playa Vista. It's like, it reminds me of like college dorms at UCLA. It reminds me of that. It reminds me of but these aren't for students. These are for like professional. I don't know. I got the feeling that there might have been a couple athletes living in that area, maybe young professionals that live in the area, but this isn't going to be a permanent home for them. Maybe this is just like, I'm living here while I work for ESPN or Fox or whatever, or while I'm on this team and we practice over here. But I was using the intercom to get access, and some lady was like, "Oh, here, I'll help you, and I can get that for you." And I was like, "Oh no, it's good. I'm gonna call. I'd prefer to call. Actually, I don't really want to be let in. I don't know how other people feel about that. I know a lot of process servers. Tell me how you feel. I mean, when I first started, I used to just get into a building any way I could. If somebody let me in, then I would go, and I'll do that of course, but if I'm at a nice apartment building with a video intercom and a directory, lately I've just been using that, and I've been telling people it's okay. You don't have to let me in. I'm going to call. I think that gives me a little more protection. I know people who hire me might not love to hear that. they're they're saying just get it done, but I don't know. Lately, personally, I just feel safer. I feel more like that's the proper thing to do. I don't want to ask questions. I don't want to talk to a lot of people there. I don't want to. I don't know. It just seems like an increased liability to kind of. I'm not sneaking in if someone lets me in, but I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes if their name's on the directory and it's on the intercom and I can call, and that's ideal. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I won't take advantage of an opportunity to get work done, but what I'm saying is what I prefer is you got an intercom and your name's on the directory. I call, you let me in. That way no one has any problem with what I'm doing there, because I called your name on the directory and you let me in. So I'm not the Uber Eats delivery guy, so people aren't really happy to see me, and sometimes they check you and they want to know how you got in, or it's like a gated place or whatever, and it's always nicer to just be able to say, hey, don't hassle me. I called, I was let in. All right, I have permission to be here. I hit the name was on the directory. I got the paperwork right here. That's what happened this morning. I personally served this guy. He buzzed me in, and it was real easy. But before that happened, I was at the intercom, and this lady, she was like, "Oh, I'll let you in. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "No, it's cool. I'll call." And just out of nowhere, this guy came rushing to the door, and I didn't even hear him say a word this whole time. I think he was a little embarrassed, but he walked up to this girl. He kind of ran down the stairs that were a little bit down the way, and then he walked up to her, and she like turned and was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And it was like straight out of a sitcom. They were having this full conversation, but I didn't hear a word this guy said, because I think he was whispering because he was embarrassed. But she was like, "Have you been here since last night? Have you just been waiting for me to come home? You've been here since 11:45 last night." "Yes, you were. I saw you on my camera." Like, she had like a Ring camera, security camera. Maybe if you get buzzed, this was a nice place and it had like a video touchscreen directory. So maybe if you try to call from there, you can actually see the person calling. And it's like I don't know. I don't have a Ring camera, but it's like even better than that. So somehow she was like, "Yeah, you were here. I saw you here at 11:45 last night. What are you doing? Did you just wait for me this whole time?" Because she probably was just coming back home from something, it sounds like. And she's like, "You shouldn't. What are you doing here?" It was basically a lot of that. But and then I used the intercom, and the guy let me up, and I was like, "I'm out of here." Sounded like a boyfriend-girlfriend breakup. And then he came to try to romantically like fix it. But I don't know anything about that lady, but I'm going to say that the tone of her voice was that it wasn't going to work. The guy was just being a little too much. That was interesting, though. I was like, I kind of wanted to stay. I was like, I got to go serve this guy, but I want to see how this plays out. Even though I'm pretty sure they broke up and she dumped him, and then she dumped him again, and he showed up and wanted to fix things. I guess I'll never know. I had to go serve this guy. That's how it is. Work before, man, that would have been fun though. It was really caught me off guard. It was like watching a live episode of some sort of sitcom. But anyways, I haven't done a court update since a couple episodes, so let's see what's going on in the courts. Let's see what's up. Whole lot of nothing. A couple of updates on, let's see, I compiled a couple things, and I'm going to just read through them, and this is what's new at the court. California court updates. Kern County resumed e-filing October 6th. Monterey County Court transitioned to different e-filing manager in January 20th of next year. Okay. Amador County prepping e-filing for January 2026. So Amador County preparing to launch. They don't do it. Hey, better late than never, Amador County. Congratulations. Welcome to the present, the internet era. That's good, though. I'm joking. We're friends, Amador County Courthouse. Don't worry. I'm glad you're going to e-file. You're going to love it. Everyone's going to love it. E-filing is the best. Fresno County Court is preparing to transition to a different e-filing manager, March 2026. No specific date. All right, new manager of your whatever software company you're using a different one. Riverside probate e-filing is coming soon, May 2026. So Riverside County probate e-filing coming soon. That's the e-filing news. There was a couple interesting things on the California Superior Court site. They're going to start Supreme Court oral arguments tomorrow, looks like. Then they have a Judicial Council meeting on the 23rd and 24th. Looks like there's a milestones in Hispanic legal history in California. Explore interactive timeline. Okay, that's great. I love interactive timelines. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. This is great. This is newsroom.courts.ca.gov/news/milestones-hispanic-legal-history-California. This is a great timeline. And the last entry on it, First Latina Chief Justice of California, Patricia Guerrero, currently serving as the 29th Chief Justice of California and is first Latina to serve in the role on the bench of blah, blah, blah. All right. Okay. I love an interactive timeline. This is awesome. I wasn't expecting it to like that so much. Let's see. Justice Shama Mesiwala on Tribal Court State Court Forum. Okay, that's cool. I'll look into that, whatever that is. But the other thing I was looking at is they came out with the Supreme Court Year in Review, which had some cool things on it. Work of the court. They had 52 cases, issued 45 written majority opinions. Received 6,000 filings, 3,542 petitions, resolved 5,844, 3,379 petitions for review, blah, blah, blah. All right. They went back to the Sacramento courtroom for the first time since 2020, made some technology upgrades. We're all making technology upgrades. Oh, here's some nice pictures. Okay. Wait, is that the Patricia G? Is that who we just... Yeah. Okay, I got some pictures. All right. Justices in action. Court of Appeal, 5th Appellate District. Well, there's cool pictures on there. Let's see. In memoriam, Justice Joseph Grodin. All right. Served at the State High Court from 82 to 87. Okay, rest in peace. We had a couple high-profile cases. Brown versus City of Inglewood. Court determined an elected city treasurer could not bring a civil claim, alleging retaliatory conduct by city council members under labor code, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Epicent RX Inc. for Superior Court. Talks about validity of forum selection clauses in which parties agree by contract to litigate in a specific state or jurisdiction. And all right. You can look into that yourself. Epicent RX Inc. versus Superior Court. Hohenschelt versus Superior Court, 5-2 vote. Federal law does not preempt a default rule under state law that a party responsible for drafting an arbitration agreement must pay the arbitrator's fees and costs within 30 days of receiving the arbitrator's invoice. The law, in harmony with background statutes and principles, allow relief from forfeiture where non-performance is not willful, fraudulent, or negligent. All right, whatever. Olympic and Georgia Partners LLC versus County of Los Angeles. Court concluded local property tax valuation of a hotel properly included occupancy tax assigned to the previous owner as an incentive and a one-time payment made by the hotel management company to the owner in exchange for management and branding rights. I don't know what that means, but man, I don't understand the law. I serve people. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what any of this means. People versus Fletcher. Interaction between criminal sentencing laws targeting recidivist offenders. Blah, blah, blah. People versus Patton. The court interpreted a recently enacted statute that abrogates certain theories of homicide liability and creates an avenue for resentencing defendants affected by this change. Okay, well, those were the big rulings. People versus Patton, People versus Fletcher, Olympic and Georgia Partners LLC versus County of Los Angeles, Hohenschelt versus Superior Court, Epicent RX versus Superior Court, Brown versus City of Inglewood, and I don't understand any of them, but they're there. They're there. Excuse me. Well, yeah, that's it for the court update. That's all I got this time. A lot of people are updating their e-filing systems, and then we got the year in review from the California Supreme Court. Go check out that interactive timeline. I love an interactive timeline. That's a pretty good one. That was a surprise. I'm not going to put it up here. You can go check it out yourselves. It's worth it. Let's see what else we got going on. I just gotta stack more work. I gotta keep getting out there and serving people. I got a lot more work this year than I've had in previous years. So work's picking up, and I've just been staying busy. I missed my podcasting schedule. I was going for every Friday and Monday. I missed Friday and Monday, but we're gonna get caught back on that. That was just a minor blip. I just got too busy. I was out there working. Didn't have any time to get into the office studio where I'm currently recording and film an episode. But I do have I've had my GoPro with me a lot more often, so I'm getting a lot more GoPro video. It's taken me like years to figure out how I want to use this thing, but I think I finally have it all figured out. And I'm putting those on the Patreon. Those videos that I'm taking on my GoPro. So those mostly all go on the Patreon. But yeah, I'm glad I got that worked out because it took me a while to figure out how to use that GoPro. There's just technology, even the simplest thing like a camera. You got to format the card. You have to, I'm starting from scratch. I'm a processor. I'm not a tech guy. It's stuff I learn and stuff I try to use, but honestly, it took me about 4 years to figure out this GoPro, and I know that sounds really stupid, but it's finally working how I want it to work, and I got it set up nice. So got a lot of video. That's all going on the Patreon, and just check that out. A lot of good stuff on there. I'm putting more and more stuff on there every day. Getting a lot better at doing content stuff, but you're serving people and then you're writing the statuses down, and then you're taking pictures and tweeting and trying to TikTok. It's like, talk about multitasking. It's a lot, and I haven't figured out TikTok yet. I got it, but that's going to take me another 4 years just to learn that one. Did a couple interesting serves in the Hollywood Hills this weekend. Interesting just because these are neighborhoods I'd never been to, and there was actually some really really nice homes. Not like the ones that I usually see. Very classy neighborhoods up there that I've never been to in all these years. Did I serve anybody? Oh yeah, no, no, but one of them was interesting. It was definitely a way tucked away in a part of the hills I've never been. You make a left turn and then you make another left turn on the street, and then you just go straight up to the top. And they were filming, and it was I don't know, it was a big house. It was a beautiful house. It was a beautiful home. Yeah, why not? Big, beautiful. Not my style, but Hollywood Hills home. Good, fresh, everything new. Bigger than anything I would need, but yeah, they were filming there. I don't know what they were filming. I had an idea. I don't know if it was they weren't filming a superhero movie in there. It seemed more like an independent production. It was weird. The security guy had a gun on him, which, whatever, but it just, the way he had it positioned was weird. It was like, I don't know. That was all I could look at. I don't have a gun. I've never shot a gun. And so I walk up to this guy, and he's security on the house, and he tells me they're filming there, and I'm looking for somebody, and he's just renting it, so they don't really know anything. I'm just staring at his gun the whole time. And he was like, "Oh yeah, they're filming here." And I kind of looked at the house, and I was like, "I don't see, I don't see any union guys. I don't see any studio equipment here. This must be an independent production." Yeah, it was an interesting one. That was an interesting one. But I didn't serve them, and there was another house I had to serve in that area, and they weren't home either, but it's a beautiful neighborhood, and I've never been to that part, so. But yeah, I don't know what to say. I think I was just freaked out of that guy's gun. I don't know. I don't know why that freaked me out, but that's all I could look at. Also, he was wearing a shirt that said security, you know? Like someone hired him for security, but he just wore a shirt that said security and had a gun. That's like, he didn't look, I didn't see like a certified badge, Universal Allied Security Company or whatever. There's some professional companies for hire. He looked like an independent operator. He looked like a guy with a gun and a security shirt. I was like, oh, he's not here. Okay, bye. Yeah, I mean that's easy enough. It's ultimately it's a non-serve. The guy wasn't there. I don't think he lives there. I don't think the guy running security knew anything about anybody. I just non-serve it and tell my client they want him personally served. So, ultimately you're not going to get him here. I don't think the guy's here. I don't think he lives here. I don't think it seemed like he could have owned the place for sure. That's like probably what it is. It's probably why they got the address. He probably owns the home, but you want him personally served. He's not going to be personally served here. I doubt he's ever been here. Maybe when he first bought it, but it didn't seem like that kind of home where, you live in. Not a lot of that. I don't know. But anyways, all I could think about was I was just staring at that guy's gun while I was there. It just seemed unnecessary. I guess he's security. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. But did not serve that one. Oh well. All right. Well, I think that's it for me today. I gotta get on the road. I gotta serve some people. My day's not done. I got a couple emails to follow up on. It's like the middle of the day, so I'll follow up on those and then try to serve some people in the evening. Always work, always a lot of work going on, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's better than not having a lot going on. But all right, guys, that's the update for today. We went through the court website. We went through some e-filing news and updated you on a couple of jobs I'd done. And we're gonna call it a podcast. We're gonna call it an episode. I'm gonna get to these emails and what do we got going on? I think there might be some baseball playoffs going on. It's Tuesday for me right now when I'm recording, so football games are on this week. College, pro. It's one of those times of year. The NBA is about to start. There's just a lot of sports going on right now. So I hope everybody's teams wins. I hope everyone, whatever team you're rooting for, I hope they give it their best shot. I hope they are good sports and they play good. The Bruins played well this weekend and they won. So it's been a while since a UCLA football fan you have something to root about and feel good about. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Let's see. I'm still working on pulling off the outro. I think I've messed it up a couple times, but I'm getting a little bit better at it. And so here we go, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye.